You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, we are joined by a special guest today, a returning guest, somebody that is definitely a friend of the show and somebody we always appreciate having on, and that is our good friend, Shawn Langton, over there with Kujo Yardwear. Shawn, good morning, brother. How you doing today?
Good morning, Brian. I'm great. How about you?
Good, brother. Good. You actually just called 2 seconds ago. I'm like, brother, let's just hop into it, man. We've got a lot of things to cover, and I want to be respectful of your time as well. You have your help me out again. Was it an anniversary or a wedding trip or something you guys are going on, or what's that?
Oh yeah, today's my wedding anniversary. So we got some plans for later today.
Hey, congratulations! Well, I like I said, we got to be short and sweet before we get us both in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. All good.
That's all. How long have you guys been married?
17 years. It's crazy.
Wow, look at that. Awesome. Okay, well, you know what's going to come next, right? What's your biggest tip or what's your biggest takeaway so far? Help us out.
Oh, the biggest thing is what my wife will always say is that she has a really bad memory. So whenever I mess up, she forgets about it. So that's worked really well for our marriage.
There you go. So the wife has a really bad. She says she has a really bad memory. Well, there you go.
The biggest thing is just doing fun stuff together. We joke around. We have fun all the time. So it keeps things interesting. It's great.
I like that a lot. That's really, really cool. Well, we'll be having our marriage conference down in Nashville, Tennessee in about 2 weeks. So we should have had you guys in for a guest speaker. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? So there you go. We have a special guest marriage counselor and shoe designer, Shawn Langton, right? So
yeah, right.
That's awesome. Well, really quick, if you guys are new to the show or maybe you haven't heard Shawn's voice before, you might have heard him on the Green Industry podcast. He's a friend over there as well, and they're actually the brainchild behind Kujo Yardwear and the slip-on shoes, the Jags, the X1 boot, and so much more. So, Shawn, maybe really quick for the new listeners to the show and people that haven't heard you guys before, can you give us like the minute or two kind of highlight reel about who you are, your background, and how you even got started with the Kujo Yardwear brand?
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you the quick rundown for any new listeners here. So, yeah, it was a few years back. We personally, I always hated wearing really heavy work boots. That was kind of where the Kujo Yardwear started from. So I just kind of went on a mission to create the ultimate hybrid, light, comfortable, breathable, really functional shoe just for lawn care, landscaping, yard work, just working outside. How do we create something great? So, hey, we worked with a great designer and did a lot of testing and worked on it for about 2 years. And we launched and started shipping customers about 4 years ago. And like you had mentioned, we've fortunately been, had really great feedback from the industry and everyone within the green industry has been fantastic with feedback. And we've been able to launch a couple new products the last few years. And it's been a fun little ride. Wow. That
is really, really cool. It's literally like the American dream, like kind of startup success story. Like, and it couldn't be from more like humble beginnings. Like you've told the full story on an episode we did maybe a year ago, or I don't know, maybe 2 years ago now. And at the beginning, I was just laughing because you were like, I didn't even know how to design a shoe. I'm like, you Google shoe designers. Like, talk about that. Talk about that for 30 seconds because that's really funny.
Yeah. So, I had the idea and I did some research, but then I said, okay, now I need to design the shoe. I can't design a shoe. So you're right. What I did is I literally Googled freelance footwear designers and hey, what do you know? There's a bunch of them that popped up and I just started calling them.
Wow.
I called about 10 different shoe designers and I just clicked with one. His name was Brett Goliff. He had previously worked for Nike, New Balance.
Oh, okay.
And when I started talking to him, he's like, I get it. I love it. So him and I just kind of worked on it together. So, and then the next step was like, okay, now I got to get this thing made. I started like Googling factory. You know what I mean? It's just kind of learn as you go. And, you talk to a lot of people smarter than you and eventually you kind of get there.
Yeah. No, that is really, really cool story. I'm always impressed. From the Nick Carlson Mulchmates to the Rick with Hurricane to Corey Ballard, he designs and builds a lot of products. Half of their SKUs they wholesale and then they remarket as a retail, and then half of them Corey's designed as like his own patents and inventions, and it's just really, really cool for some of you guys that are like, hey, I've got this really cool widget or idea or brainchild. It could be something that you could literally start nights and weekends, and just the power of the the internet and outsourcing things these days. It is really, really cool. So one of the reasons I want to get Shawn back on the show besides the new products that they're releasing too, is just to touch base about the spring shop tour series we've been doing as well, that Kujo Yardwear so graciously partnered up with us and sponsored as well. So Shawn, I just got to say a quick thank you for that. You guys are one of the presenting 4 sponsors there with Steel, Yard Book, and Equipment Defender, and we couldn't be more thankful for your guys' contribution to letting us zip around the country and interview 8 or so different business owners, see their shops in person, and then also get a podcast with those folks as well. It's been a huge turnout, huge success, tons of views, tons of great feedback. So thank you as well for that.
Yeah, not a problem. We're honored to be a part of it. It's funny you bring it up. I think, personally, I think those episodes and shows are fantastic. And my dad, and you met my dad at GIE, he loves them. He loves watching them and seeing other people's shops. Like, you got a big fan of my dad on those shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same point, like, I'm talking to folks who have a shop, and they're like, you know what? I've been watching the shop tours for ideas for mine or for the next one, so on and so forth. So we really appreciate the commitment and the contribution from Yard Book. It doesn't go unnoticed. And so here's what we're going to do really quick. We're going to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements, and then I want to hear a little bit more from all the new products that Kujo Yardwear is releasing. We're dropping this here just at the first part of June. They just added some new things to the website in the last couple months, and also some new things, hint, work pants, in the last couple days. So I'm really excited about hearing a little bit more from Shawn about that from the horse's mouth. So let's do this really quick, guys. Let's take a quick commercial break, and we're going to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements, and then we're going to come right on back.
Looking for one place to find all the gear you need? Then Ballard-Inc.com is what you've been looking for. With over 30 years in the industry and 22 years selling high-quality products, we've got you covered. From mower gear, trailer racks, mower blades, safety gear, and more, you'll find everything you need to maximize your efforts and protect your gear in one place. We are constantly bringing you new products to make you effective, efficient, safe, and profitable. Make sure to use Brian's 10 to save 10% at checkout. We've made our website even better and easier to use, so head over to Ballard-Inc.com today and gear up. We appreciate the support and hope you have a great season.
Hey guys, Corey Ballard here with Ballard Products. We appreciate all the support and all you Brian fans. You guys used over 6,000 codes last year, so make sure you use Brian's 10. You'll save 10% off everything on the website. We've got tons of great products to make you more efficient, effective, safe, and hopefully profitable. Again, we appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great year. Make sure you're putting Brian's 10 in at checkout. Save that 10%. Thanks, and have a great 2022.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to waste no time here. We've got the man Shawn Langton on from Kujo Yardwear. And again, it is his 17th wedding anniversary today, so we got to make this quick. You know what I'm saying? So happy wife, happy life. But that's like for the community. You know what I'm saying? So like if your wife's happy, every guy's world is better. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure.
No doubt.
Let's make sure we all work together any which way. But so really quick, if you can, let's go through the whole history. Like I said, there's a lot of new people listening to the show. I'm a big believer of the Kujo Yardwear brand. I was that guy wearing I love the commercial, the ditch the grass stained athletic shoes, and I'm like, that was literally me. Every single morning, I would start off in my work boots. I had some cheapos from Walmart because I didn't know any better when I was 19, 20. Eventually, I graduated to my Red Wings boots. Loved my Red Wings. Still a great brand. Them, Irish Setter, all those guys. But here was my issue, and I'm doing lawn maintenance. Now, if you're a landscaper, whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. I know Shawn can hit on this. But my story was for a decade, maybe 11 years, every morning I'd be wearing my clunky work boots from 7:30 in the morning till about 11 o'clock, maybe lunchtime. And then every time, notoriously, I would take off my work boots and throw on some of my old lawn care shoes. And they were, Shawn, you know the brands, like some Asics, some Brooks, just your regular $110 running shoes that eventually went from like my casual walking shoe to, all right, well, I'm just going to beat these up in the yard. And out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? There has to be a lawn care shoe. Why doesn't somebody, and I'm not manufacturing this story. Somebody was like, well, that's a convenient story. I'm like, brother, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. I was literally talking to my buddy Aaron. He was in the truck. He was one of my old employees, 18-year-old baseball kid. And I'm like, Aaron, there's got to be a shoe for lawn care, like that's waterproof or water resistant, something that I don't have to just keep taking on work boots and shoes and all this mess, right? And then literally, I swear to God, I don't know if it was a day later or like maybe a week later, but I get an email from Shawn Langton, Kujo Yardwear, new product test or something like that. And it was really, really cool. You were like, hey, like we're coming up with this thing. We want to field it to a couple people. We just Googled YouTube, like lawn care people. and you didn't know me. I didn't know you. You didn't know about probably the lawn care community. I don't even know what the lawn care community was. It was probably like my second year maybe doing YouTube. And literally, you got us a couple pair. We tested them for a couple weeks. And the rest is history, in my opinion, on my end, from just being a fan ever since. So take us all the way back to that story, Shawn, and then help me go through the product lineup as you go, from the shoes to the boots, and then where we are today with the Jags.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. I remember that. I remember that clearly because you responded right away to that first email when we had the product idea and wanted some testers. And you responded and you said it was 1 week ago. You said, I was just talking about this 1 week ago.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
I remember that.
I really do. I was like, no way. Because like we all know our phone is listening. You know what I'm saying, folks? like,
right.
You know, we all, I mean, this is back in 2000, what was that, Shawn, 17 or something? I was like.
Yeah, 2018. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, I know they're listening, but even back then, like, geez, oh, Pete's. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So that was, and you're right. We didn't really understand the whole lawn care industry that was out there on social, and it's been pretty amazing to learn all the great people involved. But we were just getting started. But yeah, so we launched with the Kujo Yard shoe, and like you said, the goal of that was to do a hybrid shoe and boot, light, comfortable, breathable, water protection from wet dew, but still breathable for the hot summer. Great grip, sturdy, and durable. So that was the launch 2018, and fortunately, you weren't the only one that was looking for something like this. It really filled a need in the market, and it's been fantastic. So that was the launch.
What year was that? You said 2018?
2018, that summer is when we first started shipping customers.
Wow, that's awesome. And then really quick, I know you talked about this at length on one of the other episodes, but how long were you guys designing, manufacturing, and putting this together? Like, how long did it take you from, hey, there's nothing really out there, to the first shoe maybe getting shipped in the first box? Like, because that's a whole crazy awesome manufacturing success story. But how long was that whole window?
That was 2 years. So we started 2016. So
Wow.
That's when I started the research and design phase. And then 2017 is when we had the sampling and the testing that year. And then we did, if you're familiar with Kickstarter, we did a Kickstarter campaign in 2017 where we had to get a certain number of backers, and that's how Kickstarter works. You have 1 month and you have to hit your goal or else you get nothing. And that was a whirlwind. So there's a lot of steps, but it's a 2-year process to get there.
I didn't even know you guys were doing that with Kickstarter too. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, so it's like 2 years is like, it seems like a long time, right? Sometimes you're like, 2 years, dude. Like, if you're in high school or college, 2 years feels like forever. But then at the same point, 2 years, I swear, like my little baby girl Emmy, she's 10 months today, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like she's almost a year old, you know what I mean? So time goes fast as well. What do they say? The days are long, but the years are short, something like that. So,
no doubt. So
you guys came out with the lawn care shoe. What was the initial feedback, and what was the initial sales like? Was it strong, positive? Was it skepticism? Did it just kind of fall into place in the market?
It was all of that. You know, I think we all know, and especially when you're primarily social media and online, you get a lot of feedback, which is great. But it filled a need for a ton of people. We had so many people genuinely excited about it, saying this is what they were looking for. The feedback was better than I was hoping and expected. You know what I mean? Because there's a new idea in the marketplace.
Sure.
I was nervous when you first do that. Of course, you're going to get some people, I would never pay over $100 for a shoe to mow your lawn. You're crazy. We got a lot of that too.
Yeah, sure.
It's fine. Because there's nothing like that out there. But what was cool is that we got so much feedback. Listen, the first version wasn't perfect. It was great. It wasn't perfect. We've literally made 6 improvements to that yard shoe over the last 4 years, just based on customers giving us feedback. And so, people love the shoe, but they gave us feedback. Hey, why don't you do this? Well, you could fix this. A little more cushion in the heel. And we love that. So we've made those improvements.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, and I remember you talking to our friend Paul Jameson with the Green Industry Podcast. You guys had an interview just a couple weeks ago, and you were talking about a couple of the different improvements. If you guys want to listen to a different version of that, I don't want to hit on the same things Paul did, but the shoe today, much better, much more comfortable, a lot easier to slip on, take off. I can definitely attest to that, because that's the one thing that I love with what we do. Like we're in the thick of it. I'm literally mowing lawns, 24 30 hours a week in the field, just on the mower, and then another 40, 50, you know, running the business. And so, like, for example, just our Exmark Vertex, brand new lawnmower. In 5 weeks, we already logged 125 hours on it. And some people are like, you don't even work. You're not even out in the field, you know, for example. And I'm like, dude, trust me, we're putting 150 hours on mowers in 5 weeks between the Z and the Vertex. Like, we're out there doing the deal. And it's funny. So you guys sent another new product. Excuse me, another new product, the Jags. And at first, I was a little skeptical about that shoe. I was like, it just wasn't for me. I thought, like, because it's a slip-on, and I've never been a big slip-on shoe type of person. And by the way, not to gloss over the X1 boot, because that's another huge addition to the whole brand. But talk about the Jags, because I think the reception has been crazy. Like, everybody I know is ordering those versus the traditional Kujo Yardwear shoe. What are you guys noticing? And then maybe also mention the X1 boot, because I just totally glossed over that one.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And we'll the X1 boot we launched, you know, in year 2 and 3, just to offer more ankle support and a safety toe, composite safety toe. So
okay,
that's been a great addition, and that was a very functional launch. People who want or need a safety toe and a little more ankle support, and that's you know, a great core product for us, the X1 boot. But the Jag is a little different again, and you know, we got a lot of feedback of people who wanted a slip on, no laces. So you're right. You know, we were like, is this mostly going to be homeowners? Do the guys who work all day, do they really want something that doesn't lace up? So we launched the Jags this spring, a little over a month ago, and you're right, the feedback's been phenomenal. Again, better than I expected. The black gray color, which is really sharp, is selling out of a lot of sizes. Now I'm kicking myself wishing I would have done a way bigger production run, but we like to do small first runs to get that initial feedback.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're selling out of it like crazy, so it's been phenomenal.
What's the most popular color so far of the Jags?
It's the black and the gray.
The black and the gray. Is that what I have? Like the regular black, the black on black or whatever, black on gray. Okay.
Black. Yeah.
How are the forgive me, but how are the gray and the blue doing? Like, some people are like, that's ugly, and other people are like, this is my favorite color, and I'm like, it's
yeah.
What's the feedback on the gray and blue?
Well, it's super polarizing. People either love it or they're like, "Whoa, that's a bit." You know, that blue soul's a bit much for me. So
yeah,
listen, blue's my favorite color. I kind of push that one.
Sure,
and it's doing really well. But listen, if you go with an all black, and all black's always gonna outsell like a bright color.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I had some, because I was talking to somebody when I was touring in Iowa to go visit Corey Ballard, and like, dude, I got the grays and blues, and they're like, he's like, they're fugly, but they're nice, you know. And I'm like, I said, why did you order the gray and blues? He's like, I don't know, I just wanted to try something different. I'm like, why did you? So look, we're real people too, guys. Like, if you know, there's different colors, different selections, but I'm a very like minimalist person. I'm a very simple person. I was just like, yo, I'll just take black on black or black on gray, you know.
Yeah.
But that's funny. I just had to ask really quick, because some people are like, man, that's ugly. I'm like, dude, you know, there's so many products that I would never buy, and they still sell millions of dollars of it. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where you got to have a broad market and broad offering, you know? So
right.
By the way, so the Jags with the slip-on, you and I were texting back and forth when they first came out, because I was like, hey, what's the feedback? What do you think so far? And you said that they might not breathe as much as the Kujos, because they may or may not have as much ventilation on them. However, I just quick feedback, real time on the air, like this is how we do it, right? I haven't noticed any of my feet getting hotter or sweatier. They've been just fine. I mean, we've been working in 60-degree days. We've been working in, we've had a whole week last week of 90, 91 degrees, and I haven't really felt any extra like sweat or anything like that on my feet. They've been amazing. Like, literally, I did a shop tour, the first 4 of them. I went south and west to Indiana, Illinois, and then Kansas City, Missouri. And so I wore the Kujos the whole way there. I drove, it was about 14, 15 hours of road time there, 14, 15 hours back. And I just wanted to break them in, because the week we got back from that tour, it was, you know, full bore. We're mowing, we're doing mulch, we're doing the deal, right? So I wanted to break them in. And after about 20, 30 hours, like, dude, they're super nice. They're super comfortable. We've been mowing in them the whole time. One thing I'll tell you guys, with the spring rush, when we're doing mulch, and I don't know if you guys can relate, this is one of the reasons you typically wear boots when we landscape. You know, mulch and dirt and dust and whatever gets into the shoe, if you have a low cut, you know, low rise shoe. So usually I'm wearing my boots when we're mulching. But with the slip-on shoe, I haven't had any grass seed, any grass stalks, any mulch, any topsoil, any dirt get into the shoe, if you will, with the slip-on. So I'm telling you, like, when we would go to the yard, we would get mulch, and I'd be kicking my piles around and trying to, rake it around and get as much mulch in the dump insert as you guys probably do as well with your dump trailers. And I'd always have to take my shoes off and like bang them out, and all this mulch is in there, and then I'm getting my feet all poked for the rest of the day, like a little girl here. But I'm telling you what, with the slip-on, I've loved it. I'm loving it. It's my favorite shoe. Rob's like, hey, he's about due for another pair. I'm like, Rob, we got to get you some Jags. So I think it's a really, really cool product. I'm literally, guys, I'm doing the exact same thing you guys are doing every single day. And some people, like you said, Shawn, they want to spend $50 for a shoe or $100 for a shoe or whatever your price point is. One thing I'll just say to that is, like, invest in your feet, invest in good quality shoes, invest in good quality clothing. Like, you guys are out there, we're all getting beat up with our bodies, our feet, our back, our necks, our arms. Like, wear sunscreen, like, have good quality pants, have good shirts that keep the SPF, 50 in them, or whatever. Have good quality footwear. Don't just cheap out and go to Walmart and get your $50 walking shoes. They're not built the same as a good quality product like the Kujos. Shawn, do you want to weigh in on that at all with a good quality, comfort and quality shoe like you guys have?
No, you nailed it. And we get feedback all the time from people that say, we're so glad we invested in it after wearing them for like a season,
Yeah.
Not saying that, listen, whether it's our brand or another brand, I'm just advocating for, you guys are on your feet all day, just doing hard work, and, whether it's, back, less fatigue or less back aches or things like that, whether it's Kujos or a different good quality footwear, man, it really makes a big difference when you're working hard all day.
Amen to that.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I love it. Well, two quick things here, because we'll button this up here. I want to be timely and respectful of what you got going on this morning. So two things here really quick. I want to talk about, you danced on this on Paul's show. It was really, really good point, and I think it's just the way of the internet. It's just the way the world's going. So you guys, you may sell one or two retailers now. I think you were talking about you guys are trying to work that angle a little bit, but most of your sales are all online, right? So
right.
So some people have I don't know what you call it. They're just apprehensive about buying online, right? What's my size? Am I too big, too small? I have wide feet. I don't know if these will work. And my wife's notorious for this. She'll do a clothing haul, they call it, guys, and $500 later, she gets one shirt that she likes, she gets the same, a small, medium, large, or whatever, right? Because every brand is different. She'll order a shoe and she'll get if she's a size 6, she'll get a 5.5, a 6, and a 6.5, right? And then return everything she doesn't want. So how have you guys taken the pain or the apprehension out of that buying process with Kujo, since you guys are an online only kind of boutique?
Right. And we understood right from the start, that's the biggest hurdle. That's the risk. People are unsure. And so, we wanted to make it as easy as possible. So free shipping on everything you buy on our website. So you don't have to pay for additional shipping. And then, exchanges and returns, we cover all that too. So, we make the process super easy right on our website. You log into your account, we give you a label to ship it back, and we cover all that shipping too. And we know how important that is. And our goal, listen, we're a small family-owned company, and I said right from the start, I said, if we can have the best customer experiences we possibly can make it, the best service, we're going to win. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In the long run, we're going to win. So we make it a point to have a good customer experience. And listen, when we started this 4 years ago to now, shipping costs have almost doubled. But we're still offering all these like returns, exchanges. We cover all that shipping still because it's very important.
Yeah. No, that's, and it's right there on the website. First, like, you scroll 2 things down from the new products that are on the website, and it's like this dark brown square. It just says, we've got your back, free shipping, free exchanges, free returns. And listen, I'm a consumer too. Like, there's stuff that you guys buy from the different affiliates that we work with, and maybe something is defective, or it's the wrong size, or it lasts for 3 months and it's guaranteed for a year. Dude, get on the phone. Email these guys, give them a shout, shoot them a message on Instagram. From the Kujos to the Isotunes to the Equipment Defender, like, nobody's infallible. You know what I mean? I never want to project that. Like, dude, it's real life. Things wear out, they break, they're shipped to DOA, or you got to get an RMA. Like, these things happen. So if you guys aren't getting, something's wrong with the shoelaces or the heel or something, and maybe there's a little unicorn shoe in there that, like, doesn't get the laces put in from the manufacturer or the factory or whatever, reach out to Shawn. Like, reach out to these guys. They want to support you guys, and they want to make sure that you have a great product and things are working correctly. So
that's right.
I love it. And like I said, the feedback that I've gotten from the lawn care community, people love the Kujos. I love you guys. You guys are just fun people, man. Like, you guys are always at Expo and Equip. You guys have come to LAL once or twice now, and it's just cool to see you guys being involved in the community. And that's something that, really quick, my little soapbox is, you support the people that support you guys. I know other folks are like, well, I can get these shoes for $50 cheaper, or some pants for $10 cheaper. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but you don't know what those people are doing. You don't know who those people are. You don't know the agenda of some of these corporations. All right, let's just leave it at that. And I know Shawn, I know Kelsey, I know Craig. They're good quality, wholesome, salt of the earth people. And so you guys are consumers. You vote with your dollars, right? We all do. And so I don't mind paying $5, $10, $20 more for somebody to support a small business, to support their family, to keep their wife to be a stay-home wife, to put their kids in private school, versus paying the salaries of some of these executives and corporations that have just the most ridiculous agendas. Okay. So that's my soapbox. So that's why I love supporting Shawn and Kelsey. Okay. These guys are just incredible. Okay. So really quick, Shawn, that's my soapbox, by the way, brother. So it is what it is.
And we appreciate that support. That's awesome.
I just get so fired up because people are like, well, these are $10 more expensive. And I'm like, do you know what the other side is doing? Like, this other company wants to, like, I'm not even going to get into it, man. They want to destroy America, and Shawn's trying to, like, be a manufacturing success story. I'm like, what? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let's do this really quick. The reason we got you on Man of the Hour, the reason we got you on is we wanted to talk about one of the new product releases as well. Now, this is something I think I've been bugging you for about 2 years. So, and you guys are like, we're working on it. Give us time. And I'm just impatiently, that's just who I am as a person. It's not on anything on your guys' end, but I'm like, Shawn, dude, you need a pant. I'm going to Duluth. Some of you guys are wearing your True Work. Some of you guys are wearing your, your Wrangler jeans, different pants from your Dickies from Walmart, so on and so forth. So, Shawn, here's your opportunity. What's the brand new product that you guys have offering, and what's all the excitement about?
Yeah, you're not the only one. People have been bugging us for the pants. But yeah, we just launched our Kujo Yard pants now, and we're super excited about it. The goal, again, do something super light, comfortable, breathable, and functional, similar to the shoes. So it took a little longer. This took us a year and a half too to develop, but we tested a lot of different materials and designs, and we wanted the right material. We wanted something light and breathable, and we found it. It's a fantastic weave. It's really durable, water resistant. But what's cool, we talk a lot about getting feedback from you guys, and I don't know if you saw our launch video, but we kind of threw it out there. A year and a half ago, we put on social media, should we even do pants? What do you guys want? Mm-hmm. And we received hundreds and hundreds of comments on Facebook and Instagram. And we read all those, and we literally designed our pants around comments from everybody in the community. So it was really cool. It made my job easier. I didn't have to guess. I just listened to what everyone said. So it was cool.
Yeah, that is the best part about social media. Sometimes you're like, if I'm like stumped for a YouTube video idea, I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to see? And then, like you said, 20 comments, 100 comments, 1,000 comments later, it's, I'm like, oh, well, there you go. Like I actually did that growing my YouTube channel. Every 5, 10, 20,000 subscribers, I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to continue to see? And we got some great feedback, and that really helped me understand what the market want. Let me ask you this. So describe the pant a little bit for us. I know there's 2 different colors out there. What else can people expect with them when they go visit the website?
Yeah, so 2 different colors. We got a dark gray, a charcoal, and then a khaki color sand. So 2 basic colors. But some of the features that I love that while we were designing this, a lot of people said they want functional pockets. So we did that, a functional phone pocket, deep pockets. You don't want the little shallow pockets. So they're very functional. But 2 of the things I really like is for breathability. I came up with the idea to do the back panel of the lower leg behind the calf all in a mesh.
Oh, okay.
So, on the front side, it's double layered. So if you're trimming and things are hitting your shin, there's a double layer protection on the front. But then the back side is a breathable mesh, which is really cool. We tested that in the summertime, so to add some breathability. And then, Brian, you actually had this idea. So we had a version of the pants about ready to go. And then you texted me and said, hey, I've been wearing these other pants, and they're really uncomfortable when I was on the mower. And I realized it's because there's no give in the waistband. and you're like, you should just have some stretch in that waistband, man. And then based on your text, I actually changed the design. I added a little elastic stretch in the waistband. So
nice.
It was a great tip because they're so much more comfortable now too.
Well, one, you make more money, you eat more food. It's just how the world works, folks. And so I went from a 32 to a 33 to a 34. Now work with me. I'm trying to go backwards on those numbers too. You know what I'm saying? So you were texting me like, hey man, what size do you want? I'm like, well, I don't know, because I'm between a 33 and a 34. So anyway, I'm still losing that COVID-19. You guys know what I'm saying? The 19 pounds. So that in the winter weight. But any which way, I did a meme, Shawn. I don't know if you saw it. Like in the beginning, we all look like Fat Thor from like the Avengers movie, and then like by June, we all look like Fit Thor. You know what I mean? Like we're all.
Right.
I don't know if you remember that one, but I was. I was like, that's the truth there. Well, the one thing about the pants too. Yeah, it's funny. Guys, this is like the interesting thing about like being it's just somebody like kind of, I get to work with some of the different companies, blessed beyond measure to be able to do some of this. And I had one company send me a brand new pants, and they're a big company. And I was like, hey, they sent me their pant. I tried it. 90% of it was nice besides the waistband. And so I messaged them feedback, and I messaged them some feedback, and you know what? They didn't even care. I literally was like, okay, cool. Thanks for the feedback. And I was like, okay, so are you guys going to like change that? You guys going to fix that? And there was no follow-up. And by the way, it's been 6 months since that conversation came out. I text Shawn, or I text Kujo, or I text IsoTunes, and I'm like, hey, or I text Xmark, hey, quick tip. Something's got to get, have you considered this? And by the way, I'm a nobody, but it's just direct feedback. And then to hear somebody like Shawn say, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. That is so freaking cool to me. It's just like on behalf of you guys, I'm trying to advocate for you guys in my own, 2 cents about what I think would work to make people feel comfortable while, we're mowing lawns for 50 hours a week. So, Shawn, that is really, really cool. So, okay. So, the pants, how much are they really quick, by the way?
Yep. So the costs are $89 for the pants.
Okay. And
and then, like I said, that includes the free shipping and all of that stuff too.
Nice. Does the affiliate code, the Brian's 10 that saves 10%, work on the pants or just the shoes?
No, that works on the pants as well. So yeah, that's a great point. Using the Brian's 10 code will drop that cost down, to get it under, 10% off.
Okay, so we're about $80, $85, $90 a pair, which isn't bad. Here's what I'll tell you guys. My Duluth pants that I'm wearing right now, I use the Duluth midweight fire hose pant. They're at the exact same price point. Okay, so usually they would do like once a year, they do like a fall sale or a winter sale, probably around Christmas time is when I probably load up. And the exact same thing. They're like $100 a pair of pants. And you know what? I have 4 pair of those. I was just about to throw it. Literally, I have a ventilated pocket if somewhere that in which way. And I'm like, that I didn't come with the pant. You know what I'm saying, Shawn? And I'm like, I need to probably replace these pants here. My wife's like, you can't go out in public with that. I'm like, she's like, I can see your underwear. I'm like, well, it is what it is, like until I'm holding out till Kujo gets their pants figured out. And then literally like 2 days ago, you're like, hey, brand new product release. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Because if I wait any longer, I might get kicked off a property, but that's a whole nother stop. That's real talk right there. So, all right, well, we got the Kujo Jags. We've got the Kujo X1s. We've got the regular original Kujo shoes. We've got the brand new pants. Anything else coming out in the future, or we keep it?
It's been a whirlwind of a year with all these launches, so we're going to take a breath for a minute.
Yeah.
But trust me, I'm working on some other stuff for next year. But
nice.
Hopefully we'll have something to surprise everyone with that GIE
Yep.
If we can get it ready in time.
I love it. All right, well, cool deal, guys. Well, that's Shawn Langton with Kujo Yardwear. Shawn, we super appreciate you. We super appreciate the partnership, guys. I don't know the numbers last year that we did with Kujo, but it's pretty healthy. I would imagine there's a couple hundred folks that use the code, through the years. We super appreciate that. We do get a kickback. It goes right into the whole mill of creating content for you guys on YouTube and the podcast. I super appreciate the support. You guys are helping my small business, my small side hustle here, and this is what allows me to keep Liz home to be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mom to Emmy. So I appreciate the support in the business, if you will. I know Shawn and those guys do as well. Shawn, anything you want to wrap up with really quick while we got you? But if not, we'll button this thing up.
No, I think you hit it on the head. We appreciate everyone's support in the community, and Brian, as always, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. All right, well, cool. Well, guys, we'll button this thing up so Shawn can get out of here and actually go spend some time with his better half. And 17 years, man. It's Liz and I think we have been together 9 or 10. We've been married for 7. This October is 8, so twice as long. And I'm like, man, that's awesome. That's a commitment. And there's good days, there's rough days, man. I'll be honest. And but you know what? I couldn't be any happier married to my best friend. I know, Shawn, you feel the same thing being married as well. So get out of here, man. Go enjoy your 17th anniversary, and we wish you guys another 17 after that. All right.
Thanks so much, Brian. Appreciate it.
You bet, brother. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for listening to this episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast, guys. Go check them out at KujoYardwear.com. If you remember, later tonight, we'll also leave a link in the description down below. Check out the pants, check out the shoes. Here's what I always say. Buy one for you and buy one for your crew. Okay, buy one for you, buy one for your foreman and your guys. I get all of my guys' shoes. I give Rob my credit card to go to Duluth to buy pants. So hook these guys up, man. They're out there sweating it out. They're walking. They're putting on the miles, if you will, on their feet. Take care of those guys. It's $100. It's some goodwill. They love it. They'll appreciate it. And I'm sure there's going to be some Father's Day sales here before you guys know it. So, all right, guys, we're over now. We'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
Ballard Innovative Products is a full line of gear for the lawn and landscape professional. From mower gear, safety gear, trailer racks, equipment securement, equipment servicing tools, aerators, mower blades, X-blades, aluminum baggers, cleaning products, snow removal tools, and so much more to make you efficient, effective, safe, and profitable in the field. Be sure to check out the Ballard-Inc.com website to help dominate and elevate your business this season. With over 20 years selling accessories and 30 years in the business, they're sure they've got something you can't live without. Corey also said to tell you they appreciate the support and look forward to serving you this season, and to stay safe and keep grinding, friends. And oh yeah, don't forget to use Brian's 10 at checkout to save 10%.
Hey, Britt, where are we going to be at in June?
We are going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, of course.
My dear, what for?
Together in the Trades.
What's that?
A summit for couples in business.
What's that mean?
It is a conference that we are putting on with Brian and Liz Fullerton. It is for couples that are working with their spouses, and even if you don't work together, like in your business, your spouse is still involved in your business, and they still deal with your emotions that you bring home every day or your stress level. So what we
If I go to this thing, do I just got to sit and listen to you goofballs talk the whole time?
No, we bring in people smarter than us to do some of the talking. We bring in marriage counselors, and we had an author last year who wrote books. This year, I think we're
books about marriage.
Books about
not just random books.
An author that wrote books.
Yeah.
And this year, we're going to have someone come and talk about the Enneagram. So
what is an Enneagram? I don't even know what the heck that is.
It's like a personality test, and it's so eerily correct that I had
to. For those out there that know what Enneagram is,
you know.
Check it out. And so, what number are you? What number am I?
I'm a 1.
And I'm a
3.
There you go, folks. So check it out. Togetherinthetrades.com.
Togetherinthetrades.com. Tickets are on sale now.
Awesome. We'll see you there.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.